welcome, hello, welcome. Full moon in Scorpio eclipse behind me. I think I can make it any tighter of the crop there. But it's been what? I am home in New York City. I'm very happy to be here. I am standing on the street corner, looking at the moon. She comes in and out of the clouds. My trip was fantastic. So many beautiful moments. I have an incredible group of friends and colleagues and clients and friends. And this Scorpio moon to me means letting go of the attachments of the things that we know are not working for us. It's as simple as that. At the same time, what does that even mean? That's what I'm going to get into over the next course of these next few messages, transmissions. That's what I'm going to get into over the course of these next transition moments. I think this is what I'm learning in this transit. Scorpio, death, rebirth, transformation, shadow. I'm seeing what I can't let go of, what I am, where I'm attached to the outcome, where I'm thinking I know but better. Those moments when you're like wrestling with God. You've got, there's one clipboard and it's got the right answer on it, and you're having a back and forth with God when you're doing one of these ones. That's what this has been for me, and it's been very eye-opening to look at how I communicate to such a minuscule level, being back on site again, some shortlist work, and at the same time I don't even know how to summarize this right now, like looking at what I'm doing, looking at what's happening around me, looking at how I react, looking at how I'm hanging on, looking at how I don't want to, my own blind spots. Where am I not willing to open my eyes? Where am I closing my heart? I mean, it's also cheeseball, but if you just run it, and it's always mostly related to relationships with all the Venus stuff that's happening. And I think it's interesting. Interessante. Anyway, it's beautiful down here. And this is where am I at? Lots more to say. Putting it all together in pieces. Happy days. Love you all. Over. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Next installment of the transmission. I see man feeding squirrel. Dog enthusiasts I can get them to do more tricks. I see mums, I see helpers, I see carers, I see people who live alone, people who deliver packages, people who sit out on park benches at night and maybe all the way through to the morning. I see people who care for other people's children. I see color coordinated ladies with blue rinse brigade hairstyles. And I see my life in front of me. All the things I notice, all the things I love, all the things I believe in. Manifesting in front of my eyes, at the same time feeling no like no pinches in a way that, actually, let me rephrase. The joy of pinches and losing that, like, fear that a pinch might mean something. There are different types of pinches. And I think being able to adapt, if you go with me on this, like being able to adapt your mindset of what you thought an experience would go like, and the small little touch you feel when it's not in alignment with that, because we're sort of like matrixing through our days, you know, as we interact with other people and as we as we, you know, are drawn to some and repelled from others, and locked and freed, and every possible word, you know, it's never my place to put the words in those boxes. It's sort of to share how my process brings me to a place of seeing other perspectives, so that I can, you know, kind of like when you ride in bikes as a group, you know, if you see a pothole, you make a hand signal, you know, like that type thing, which means, you know, there's something there, don't fucking ride through it. And I think life can be that way, finding places where we ride through it in a way that we you know, we're not looking at the bumps, or we didn't listen when someone said there's a bump coming. You know, I've had so many experiences through this transit of sort of the compassion and empathy and grace and, you know, restraint and patience and focus and exquisite you know, sort of adjustments, like a chiropractor. I've been just doing this nonstop to sort of like yield and move in an agile way to the dimensions and dimensions of people's responses and in a work context, in a relationship in context, in friendships, in truth with myself. I mean, on every level. So what I'm saying is that as we find ourselves in these moments, how we react is, you know, I'm not going to say obviously a choice, because I think there's a lot of times I'm learning the micro level of how everything is a choice, and it's sort of like, as that's unfolding too, over the top of it, you know, we're having these absolute like shifts that are you know, really aligning us, and there's never any sort of, when you, I feel like maybe this is just me in the live motion right now, but like there's never any like bad feelings when I'm being aligned, because I'm like, if it's for the greater good, and I can feel that, because you can feel when it's off. So sometimes you don't know what it is that's off, if it's me or if it's you or if it's, I mean, I think we're getting better at feeling if it's us, but we maybe not as, you know, still working through communicating that. And I think that came through a lot, this transit of like anyway, sorry, side catch, weird family moment. Landing it, I think we are, as Marianne Williamson says, I believe, that in relationships, sort of the rocks rub together, and that's how we get smooth edges. And this is what I believe the last, you know, 2 to 4 weeks has been about, in different varying intensities. And a bunch of kids. And that's what I think we're going through. individually, collectively, and it's been exquisite and tough and scary and exciting and sort of like roller coastering, but nothing is also really that deep, because these are micro to micro. I think once you flip this switch, you know, into listening and learning about things, you know, as much as we sort of maybe push some things off, you know, there's always that sort of feeling that you know that you're pushing something off, but you don't know what it is. So then we just, you know, that's when I think the French say something like "alors on danse," as in like, and now we dance. It's kind of like live events. Once you flip the switch of like we're on, then it's like minute to minute, start to finish. What is it like to hey friends, what is it like to just be live in the moment, to be reacting to everything and anything with no judgment or no you know, conflict around where a vibrational difference turns up. You know what I mean? I think that when you have those moments with someone, when you're like and you don't even know often, like, we're, you know, what assumptions are we making about what we're about is what is the most beautiful part of life. Of like, sometimes, you know, I find people that know us well, like, they want to not please us, but like, you know, we all want to be great for each other, and sometimes we try hard to do that, and sometimes that is like you know, I don't even gonna say unnecessary, but anyway. More people feeding squirrels. Well, I think that I want to say thank you to this little transmission, and see some videos and have some fun, and I'll see you later. I guess is the eclipse 1.5 weeks ago, and this is me reporting in, getting downloads still. Highlights, remembering back, past sort of thoughts, recap is, hold that thought. Hi there, I do art for kids on Wednesdays. Hi. I mean, follow what your dreams, obviously, or you desire. Cut out codependencies. Really be brutal with that. Of like, if you're, you know, going to something that isn't serving you back as much as you're serving it, or, you know, if there's a friendship or a relationship or a deal that isn't as engaged as you are, just cut it all out. Like, it's kind of like that moment of being ruthless with yourself over the quality control of your own life, in a sense that, you know, if you want this type of picture, then you've got to have those types of maybe materials to make that picture, if I kind of be literal. Or if you want to make a movie that looks cinematic, then you need cinematic lenses, you need cinematically educated crew, you need equipment, you know, those things will match that vibration. I mean, I'm definitely extrapolating a lot here. So, you know, I'm not saying you can do whatever you want, but like, I feel like in terms of manifestation, in terms terms of like these moon transits and how you can use these energies to, eclipse things in and out of your lives that are no longer serving you. Just to be brutally honest with something that if it's not giving you back, if it's not an exact match of vibration, then it's got to go. And having the courage to do that on every single level is exciting. And I think that's for me what this moon is about. It has come through.
Hello, say hello. Like a tail. Yeah.
Parading in things and keeping on situations that have tested my resolve, in myself, in my practice, in my thinking. I think for me, over the course of the eclipse, I was working on a job that really tested my knowingness of myself. I was asked in a couple of ways, who was I, what do I do, and why can I charge what I do, and not give enough details. Maybe I wouldn't even want to assume that I knew what the reasonings were. All I know were the questions were being asked, and I also watched myself get very personal. So it's interesting, the things that have that sting, you think about a Scorpio, the things that have that sting, stand by. The things that have that sting are where there maybe is something still to work out, or still pushing boundaries, we're still testing limits. I think there's so many areas of being pushed and pulled. The universe is literally pushing us this way and that way. The universe is pushing us this way and that way, and we're being tested that are we going to stick to our resolve of what we believe in, what we know, what we love, what we desire, and go for it full force, no matter what the outcome is, but at the same time letting go of the outcome itself, the attachments. It's got to look like this, it's got to do this, it's got to dress like this, it's got to be like this, it's got to speak like this. Every single part of everything. It's, again, I've talked about this before, I think it was Sagittarius, it's like the multitude of perspectives with a multitude of inner understandings, with a multitude of environments, people, timing, place, planetary. It's a lot. So let's breathe into that. Let's tune this vibration to pure and utter desire that is divinely connected and therefore producing, good choice of words, oozing pure love, which is really all we're here for. I listened a little bit to the Will Smith stuff on Dave Letterman TV show, and I think through my journey in ayahuasca and plant medicine and self-discovery, I have learned, I have embodied that nothing really matters and everything matters. So there's this moment of whichever one you choose, or we're all in this sort of big planet tumbling around, looking to, no idea where I was. What I will say is, if you build a house, they will come, and accept nothing less than the house that you think about, that you love, that you are dreaming of, and know that it's going to come in like smaller pieces and maybe chopped up and upside down, and every time you sort of tune in closer to the vibration of what you do want versus what you do not want, and become ultra clear about that, everything shifts. It changes everything. Take a moment to breathe that in. Tuning into vibration transmission shows us contrast. Contrast gives us clarity. Clarity gives us direction, and direction gives us purpose. I think that this transit has like energetically chiropracted us into a place where we can no longer speak bullshit to ourselves, I think. Anyway, I love you all. I miss you all. I'm thinking of you all. I am working on lots of cool things. I can't wait to share them all with you. And I thank you all for your trust and time and energy and exchange. I believe we can heal the world through the arts, and that comes with us first. Like being so beautifully honest with ourselves that we set ourselves free from these social constructs that we put on ourselves and judge ourselves against, and have some idea of what we think something should be and that person should do, and then hold ourselves against it and wonder why we all walk around angry. Anyway, I love you all. I'm so grateful for this opportunity to share my thoughts. I am thinking of you all dearly. Happy moon, full moon eclipse, transmission over.